All right, let's get the show started!
Paddy Pimblett hopes Ilia Topuria calls him out with win at UFC 317, but expects Justin Gaethje fight. Paddy Pimblett doesn't have his next opponent booked yet, but he's sure it's going to be a major name. There are a handful of appealing options for Pimblett, a popular lightweight contender sporting a 7-0 UFC record and a top 15 spot in the MMA fighting global rankings. The baddie is coming off of a lopsided TKO win over Michael Chandler this past April. At the top of Pimblett's hit list right now are the undefeated Ilia Topuria, who fights Charles Oliveira for a vacant lightweight title in the main event of UFC 317 on June 28, and one-time interim champion Justin Gaethje. Pimblett has had an ongoing rivalry with Topuria and hopes El Matador calls his name should he beat Oliveira, but he looks forward to a matchup with the always exciting Gaethje as well. "I'm hoping to fight in Abu Dhabi in October. I think that's when I'm going to be back in the cage," Pimblett told BBC Sport. "I was thinking Ilia might call me out if he wins against Oliveira. I'd love to beat him if he gets the belt. I'd love to fight him anyway, but he's booked, so I think it's more than likely Justin Gaethje." The UFC has not officially announced an October event in Abu Dhabi, but the promotion has held a pay-per-view show there during that month every year since 2020. Pimblett and Topuria have feuded for years both in person and on social media, but a bout between the two didn't make logistical sense in the UFC, with Pimblett competing at 155 pounds and Topuria at 145 pounds. However, with Topuria having vacated his featherweight title to chase lightweight gold, the rivals are suddenly in closer proximity. Should Pimblett have to fight another contender to set up a fight with Topuria, he'd much rather it be Gaethje than Arman Tsarukyan, the #1 contender in the UFC's official rankings. "No one cares about Arman Tsarukyan and people actually want to watch Gaethje fight," Pimblett said. "People know it'll be an exciting fight, me versus Gaethje. Tsarukyan, he's just an absolute tool, and then it's me and Gaethje. One win away and I'll be fighting for the belt. Yeah, that's always been the aim. It's the only aim that we have." Tsarukyan was to challenge then lightweight champion Islam Makhachev for his title at UFC 311 this past January, but a back injury forced Tsarukyan out a day before the event. UFC CEO Dana White said Tsarukyan is not guaranteed another title shot, while Makhachev is moving up to welterweight to fight champion Jack Della Maddalena. As for Pimblett, he's planning to make a statement against whoever he fights next to convince White to book a show in his hometown of Liverpool, England, ideally at the home of Liverpool FC. "It needs to be Anfield Stadium," Pimblett said. "That's the only viable place to do it. And I know Dana doesn't like doing stadiums, he's done it in Australia, but Anfield is different. He needs to come to Anfield on a Champions League night or when we play Manchester United or something like that, or even the blue shirt Everton. You need to come and watch because you'd be like, wow, this is unbelievable."